What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing today on this beautiful Sunday where we're here just getting news? Well, probably about 20 minutes ago after the Rams and Vikings game that the Arizona Cardinals have now clinched a playoff spot, and I'm absolutely super excited. I don't know how to feel right now. No, obviously, yesterday I was absolutely pissed off. I was very, very upset when it comes down to the way we showed out on offense. But 24 hours later, or I mean, I guess less than 24 hours later, but it is a new day and the sun is finally shining here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we did get a playoff spot. The Rams just defeated the Vikings, which helped us get into a playoff spot. Right now, we're sitting at I believe the fifth seed. I'll go ahead and clarify here soon once I bring up the diagram and all that different stuff here. But ladies and gentlemen, we have now officially hit playoff berth, the first time since 2015. Can I get some fire emojis on the comments below, ladies and gentlemen? This is a wonderful time. I'm absolutely super excited. Fire emojis in the comments below. The Arizona Cardinals, although we are in a 3-game losing streak, the Arizona Cardinals build up enough wins throughout the entirety of the season for us to kind of get into the playoffs throughout the back end of it, which honestly, I'm still kind of a little upset with you. I know I saw some comments coming through saying, hey, I'm still a little upset when it comes down to, how we got to this level right now. But man, the Arizona Cardinals are in the playoffs right now, and we have a chance at the Lombardi. Now, I'm not delusional. I know we have a lot of problems here within the Arizona Cardinals offensively. And if it's not offensively, it feels like defensively, and they're kind of going back and forth, hot and cold, and all that different stuff. So I understand. I'm going to try to be as positive as I possibly can be. I would have rather, beat the Lions. I would have rather beaten the Colts to get into this position that we're in right now. But we got enough wins throughout the entirety of the season, and we have now coming through the back way just like a ninja. And now we are in the playoffs. And I did see a comment here saying, "How did we do it?" Yes, the Rams beating the Vikings helped us tremendously, and now we are in the playoff clinching spot. So I'm absolutely super stoked here. Big shout out to my guy here. He's asking, what is the status of Connor? So right now, the latest information that we've been getting is that. Let's see here. I don't have too much information on Connor. I think he's going to be go. Um, I know when it comes down to the Colts, we were kind of told every which way that he might not, and he didn't. I think he's going to be a go when it comes down to the Cowboys, but we're not 100%. Maybe ask me a little bit closer towards the Cowboys game, so maybe a little closer to Sunday. We'll most likely get a little bit more information on what's the status of James Conner. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in the playoffs. I cannot believe it here, man. I can't believe it. Now, we'll be talking about the implications here. Can we still win the NFC West? We're going to be diving into all that different stuff here today. So I'll go ahead and bring up the playoff picture and all that different stuff here shortly. But let me get to my contributions here. I definitely like to get through them first. So big shout out here to my guy, Big Will says, true fans can't have their own opinion on social media. People automatically assume you're a Cardinal hater or a bandwagon. I'm still pissed. Birdgan for life. No, I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you, man. Keep in mind that I'm one of those guys that I'm very, very passionate about this team. And if it doesn't go my way, I'm going to voice my opinion. Regardless of what their situation is, I'm still bitter about yesterday. I'm still bitter about, the Lions game. But I think in the grand scheme of things, we definitely do got to celebrate here as, Bird game, because we have a chance at the Lombardi. Are we going to get the Lombardi? That's a whole different topic for another stream. But as of right now, we have a chance. And we have seen it before where, our Cardinal teams or any other teams kind of, fizzle out in the tail end of the season because we're trying to get healthy and all that different stuff. So we don't know. We don't exactly know what's going to happen here. I'm still a little bitter. I'm right there with you as well. But what I say is just ignore those people. Everybody have their own opinions. We're just different types of fans. I'm like you, my guy, Big Will. I have opinions. I want it to be heard. And hey, right now we're just in celebration mode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. Appreciate the contribution, man. Let's get to my guy, Drizzly World. Appreciate the super chat here. He says, y'all helped us last night, so we returned the favor. Go Rams. Love the channel, bro. Appreciate you, Drizzly. Drizzly World, thank you so very much, man. We obviously didn't mean for you guys to take the number 1 spot, but hey, At this point, the Arizona Cardinals didn't deserve it. I'm just going to be absolutely, completely frank with you. The Arizona Cardinals didn't deserve it, especially coming off a 3-game losing streak. I know Stafford didn't have the best game in the world against the Vikings, but he ended up pulling through for his team, and they ended up coming victorious. So if you want to look at it as, you did me a favor yesterday, and you guys did us a favor here around, then that's completely cool. I'm just very excited that this is the first time since 2015 that the Arizona Cardinals have officially clinched a playoff spot with 2 games left, and I'm absolutely super stoked, man. I'm absolutely super stoked. So appreciate you for coming in here, man. Thank you so very much. Thanks for the contribution. Let's keep on reading onto the super chats. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Seth Carpenter coming up clutch with another super chat. He says, well, ladies and gentlemen, so guess we just clinched a playoff berth today. So the Buccaneers, Rams, and the Eagles, they helped us out today. So the Vikings lost. 100%, man. 100%. Being that the Vikings lost today helps up the Arizona Cardinals tremendously. And now we are currently at the 5th seed, if I'm not, if I'm not incorrect. But we're going to pull up the playoff picture here right now. I think we're done with the super chats. I don't think I see any more right now. So let's bring up the playoff picture right now, and let's see where we're standing at the very moment. I do think that we are sitting at the number 5 spot, and I think that's going to put us against Tampa, but we'll take a look here right now. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, everything is up in the air right now, man. Everything is up in the air right now. So it's absolutely super crazy. And look at this real quick. Let me share my screen here with you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen with you. Now, am I happy that we're sitting at the 5th spot? No, I'm not happy that we're sitting at the 5th spot. But, at this point, beggars can't be choosers. And I choose to be, at least today, try to be positive. And we're going to try to kind of go from here. So this is where we're looking at right now in terms of the playoff picture. This is where we're at. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yes, you can. Perfect. Okay. So as of right now, we have the Packers sitting at number 1. They have a very comfortable lead here at 12-3. And then we got the Rams taking over the spot of the Cowboys. I could definitely see this being flip-flopped after the Cowboys play the Washington football team, but this is where we're standing at right now. The number 3 spot is going to be the Buccaneers at 11-4. The Cowboys are sitting at number 4 with 10-4. And then the Cardinals at 10-5. Now, these are here clinched. Now, these are going to be the teams that you're going to be looking at in the NFC. Now, we do have some teams that are in the hunt right now, so it's going to be very exciting to see what they're going to be looking like. Now, we got the 49ers and the Eagles coming through here. Now, what's going to happen within those teams, I'm not 100% sure, but this is what we're looking at right now. The Arizona Cardinals are sitting at the 5th seed. Now, anything can happen. Anything can happen here, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona Cardinals have 2 games left. We have the Cowboys, and then we have the Seattle Seahawks. And I know after yesterday, a lot of us don't seem very positive about the offense and what we're looking at right now. But being that we have clinched a playoff spots, I'm going to try to put my, anger away at least right now so we can celebrate together, because at this very moment, if somehow the Washington football team beats the Cowboys, which can happen, it only helps out the Washington football team to get more in the hunt. But that could also help out the Arizona Cardinals as well, because then they will be at 10-5, and we can. No, actually, I apologize. Never mind. No, because they are in the East. I apologize. So this is probably what it's going to look like unless the Rams do something. So we're going to be sitting at the 5th spot. And the 2 last games for the Arizona Cardinals are really going to determine what's going to happen here. So let me give a big shout out to my guy here, No Fluff AZ Sports Stock. Appreciate you for the $5 donation, man. He says, we can thank Colt McCoy for winning us 2 out of 3 with Kyler being out. Cliff should start Colt for the last 2 games so Kyler can get healthy. Woo! Wow. Okay. All right. I have a question for you guys. How do you guys feel about this comment, man? Now, I know my guy No Fluff AZ Sports Talk is coming from a good place, so don't rip out his head. He's got opinions. Let's just be civil here. We're all happy Cardinal fans at this very moment, but what say you guys? Now, let me give you my opinion on this matter. I'm going to be riding and dying with Kyler Murray, and here's the biggest reason why. I think it's something to be said in terms of you sit your starter, it's just going to put a bad vibe throughout the entirety of the locker room. And I'm not about that. I know Kyler Murray is our guy. Is he hurt? We're not 100% sure, but there's something off with Kyler Murray. And I think it's very, very obvious that something's off with him, whether, it's his throwing motion, whether it's his ankle still, whatever it is, something might be off with Kyler Murray. And it's very concerning. Me personally, I'm going to ride and die with Kyler Murray because he is our future. We don't know what the extent of Colt McCoy, what he's going to be bringing us. And I'd rather lose with Kyler than with Colt because I don't want to be living with that mentality of, man, what if that makes sense. But I respect your opinion, man. I know Colt McCoy did very, very good for us. If we can somehow just use Colt McCoy against the Seahawks, maybe we can do that. But we got to take care of business against the Dallas Cowboys, and that game is going to be absolutely huge. That's going to be absolutely huge. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. We got my guy, Me Wilson, with the $20 donation. Woo-wee! Appreciate you, man. Let me get you guys the thank yous. Appreciate it. Got him! Got him! Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the $20 donation. Awfully generous there. He says, would have liked to win the playoff spot, but we're in. Now let's get it together. Maybe it was a lot of stress for us to clinch a playoff spot because we're a young team. Now let's get back together. Oh, I like that. I like that. Maybe. Maybe that is a situation where maybe it was just too big for us. I hate thinking of that way personally because I'm more of the mentality of the Arizona Cardinals need to get over all that, we're a young team type of stuff where they're getting paid millions of dollars to do this role. Anything that's, in your head that it's too big for you, get all that out of your mind. That's just the way I look at it, but you might be right. It might have been way too stressful, might be too big, but the grand scheme of things, the Arizona Cardinals are now sitting in the 5th seed right now, and I couldn't be any more excited here. So this is the playoff picture right now, and this is what we're looking at. So for the new people that just got here, we got the Packers at 1. Number 2, we have the Rams. Number 3, the Bucks. Number 4, the Cowboys. And then number 5, the Arizona Cardinals. In the hunt, we have the 49ers and the Eagles. Now, we have some good opportunity for maybe the Saints to come up here, but this is going to be your two that most likely will be making the last 2 spots, the 6th seed and the 7th seed. So a lot of things to talk about here today. What are the Arizona Cardinals going to do? Because I think in the grand scheme of things here, yes, we're all excited, but we can very well be playing a Buccaneers team that obviously, Tom Brady, and I know a lot of people don't like Tom Brady because of his success. I'm right there with you as well. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We will see exactly what happens here. Let me give a big shout out here to my guy MGO. Says, if we see Kyler, he'll be rusty come playoff time. I agree with this as well. I'm in the mode of let's just ride and die with Kyler. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it here right now, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to ride and die with Kyler Murray at this point. Now, at this moment, we have the Rams at the number 1 spot. Now, I know we have some Rams fans coming in here and saying, hey, congrats, or, you did us a favor, so we're doing you a favor right back. Appreciate it. As long as my Arizona Cardinals make the playoffs, obviously, I would have liked it to be any other way better than what would happen. But hey, I guess we'll take it at how we can take it here. So can we win the NFC West? That's the biggest question here. Can we win the NFC West right now? So let me ask you guys this. So if we have some Rams fans, I would love your guys' opinion as well. That's going to be the question I have right now. Before we get there, definitely do me a huge favor, guys. If you guys are getting in here, smack that like button. It helps out the channel grow out tremendously. I don't think you know how big it actually does help out the channel. We're on the road to 9K, and I can't do it with you guys. Smack that like button if you haven't already, and let's get moving, and let's move on to the next topic. So, can the Arizona Cardinals win the NFC West? All right, let me put up my banner here, and let me ask you guys this. Right now, let's look at the last 2 games for the Rams. Now, we know what the Cardinals' schedule is going to look like. We got the Cowboys, which is kind of a wild card. Are we going to win? Are we not going to win? We don't 100% quite know exactly what's going to happen in that game. Number 2, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks always beat us very, very well when it comes down to home. It's super weird. We beat them there in their home, and they beat us here at our home. Now, if you take a look at the Rams' remaining schedule and what they're looking at right now, they're looking at the Ravens, and they're looking at the 49ers. Now, if the Ravens don't have Lamar Jackson, that might be an easy win for the Rams. Now, I don't exactly know 110% what the status of Lamar Jackson is, if he's going to be out there to play against the Rams team. We will have to wait and see. Maybe most likely closer till Sunday, because that's when we're going to start seeing the injury report. We're going to start seeing the status of everybody coming through. Can the Arizona Cardinals still win the West? Right now, we're sitting one game behind the Rams. One game behind the Rams right now. The only way that the Arizona Cardinals can win the West is if we win these next two games. That's the Cowboys, and that is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. The only way we can win is if we win these next two games and the Rams lose out. Because I don't think that if they go 1-1. No, if they go 1-1, I think we'll take it. Yeah, if they go 1-1 and we win out, we can actually take the West back. So it's possible. It's possible. The Arizona Cardinals can very well get the NFC West if we go 2-0 in this last two games and the Rams just have to lose one game. I know easier said than done. I get it. I'm right there with you. But if Lamar Jackson plays, that might give, Baltimore a definitely leg up there. And if the 49ers play, which, let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like the 49ers play the Rams very, very well. They play the Rams very, very well. So when we take a look at the schedule, I think we both equally have the same amount of oh man, our schedule looks pretty tough. Because I'm not going to lie to you, the Cowboys are pretty tough. The Cowboys are going to be a pretty tough team beating through. They are. But can the Cardinals win the West? The only way that we can go ahead and win the West is if we win out 2-0. So that's going to be a win on the Cowboys and a win on the Seahawks. And if the Rams lose one game. If they go 0-2, then obviously that's a dub for the Arizona Cardinals and we win the West there. But these next two teams, man, these next two games are going to be crucial for this Arizona Cardinal team. It's going to be absolutely crucial for this Arizona Cardinal team. Now, we've been hearing back and forth, up and down. We're going to get it fixed. We know the problem, or I don't know the problem. We're going to look at film, but we're going to get it fixed. That's the job. We will get it fixed. And we haven't gotten it fixed so far. I do feel like the Arizona Cardinals defensively stopping the run did the best that they possibly could do with a dynamite running back in Jonathan Taylor. Now, I get it. Jonathan Taylor still got over 100 yards with a second to third string offensive line. Imagine what they would do to us if they didn't have that. That's what's very, very concerning. But we got to give kudos to where kudos is due, and that's to Budda Baker. Budda Baker had an amazing game. Now, I do think Chandler Jones had a very good game as well. He did have some penalties that, prevented us from getting off the field and just got us pushed back with penalties. But the penalties were absolutely crazy, back and forth. The Arizona Cardinals needed to stop shooting themselves in the foot, and we just kept doing it. And it's frustrating to see as a Cardinal fan. It's frustrating to see as a fan that we've been watching this for quite some time. But I think in the grand scheme of things, the Arizona Cardinals definitely need to take the opportunity that we have here. We need to take the opportunity, and we need to go through there, man. We just absolutely have to. We have Caleb says, how the F did we do it? So the way how we went ahead and got the win here, or how we ended up getting into the playoffs, is basically the Rams did us a huge favor, and they ended up beating the Vikings. With that loss on the Vikings, they are automatically out of the hunt at this very moment. So the Rams did us a huge favor for the Arizona Cardinals. A huge favor. Absolutely huge. That's how it was done. Now, we have my guy Keenan here. Keenan says, Ravens and the 49ers still have to clinch playoff. Ooh, 100%, Keenan, 110%. The Ravens are still fighting for a position themselves. So I honestly do think Lamar Jackson, most likely, if he can go, he will be available, and he's going to be all cylinders go. Now, the 49ers are a team that beat the Rams a good amount of times. So if the Cardinals can take care of business and do what we can do, we might have an opportunity here to take the West back. We might have an opportunity to take the West back. But it just depends on what happens these next two games. It just depends on how these next two games shake out. Let me read up this super chat from my guy Carter. Appreciate the $5 donation. He says, if the season ended today, Mike, who would we face in the playoffs as of right now? And do you think that Cliff is the issue for the lack of performance? Great question. So as of right now, if the season ended today, and let's say all the games are done and they played up, and we're looking at the standings that we have at this very moment, the team that we would be playing is the Bucks. The team that we would be playing is the Buccaneers at this very moment, right now. And I did have the playoff picture here earlier, just before anything. So let me bring it back up here just so we can take a look at it here together as well. But as of right now, we have the let me confirm here real quick. 1 second. Let me take a look at this real quick. Let me share my screen. Yeah, let me see. I think it's the Bucks, but let me confirm here. Let me share my screen here real quick. So share screen. Chrome, blah, 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 blah. Bam, here we go. Okay, perfect. So now we can see the playoff stand. So obviously we're not going to focus on the AFC. We're going to focus we're only going to focus on the NFC. So the Packers will have the last seed. So they're going to be playing the 7th seed. Well, that's not the case. That's not the case because they're going to have a bye. Okay. So the 2nd seed will go to the 7th. The 3rd seed will go to the 6th. Oh, no. I'm wrong. I'm incorrect. At this very moment, the Cardinals will play the Cowboys. At this very moment right now, the Cardinals will play the Cowboys because how it shakes out is they're going to have a number 1 bye, the Packers. The Rams are going to take the weakest team on the 7th seed, so that's going to be the Eagles. The 49ers will take on the Bucks, and then the Cardinals will take on the Cowboys. At this very moment right now, if it ended today, the Cardinals will have to play the Cowboys. And the biggest reason is because the seeding, obviously, right? Number 2 takes the lowest seed. Number 3 takes the 2nd lowest seed. And then number 4 takes the 5th seed, pretty much. So that's what it would look like at this very moment right now for this Arizona Cardinal team. Appreciate the super chat. Oh, actually, you actually asked a different question. As well. So so I answered that question. Do you think Cliff is the issue for the lack of performance? Honestly, when it comes down to this Arizona Cardinal team, I've said the fact that DeAndre Hopkins being out is going to be bad. It's going to be absolutely bad because I don't have faith in the wide receiving core that we have right now to be the leaders that we need when adversity hits. Now, there's serviceable wide receivers like AJ Green. Serviceable, right? Makes some good catches. He was a number 1 at one point, and he looks pretty good, right? Christian Kirk, I don't have faith in Christian Kirk at all. He's not a number 2 in my book. He's a number 3. Rondale Moore, it's still up in the air. I know a lot of people were comparing him to, some very, very good wide receivers coming into the draft. At this very moment, he had some flashes, almost like Andy Isabella, but I'm not completely 100% impressed with what we've seen from him at this moment. So, biggest question here right now, is Cliff Kingsbury to blame on this very moment? Well, I don't know. I think it's an accumulation of a lot of different things. It might be Cliff Kingsbury. It can be that maybe Kyler Murray isn't 100%. It can be, I don't know, man. I'm going back and forth. If you're going to have me ask one thing, it probably would be. Yeah, I would probably say Kyler. Not Kyler. I would say Cliff. Yeah, I would say Cliff. The biggest reason for that is because he does some really silly things when the lights get too bright. He does some really, really silly things. And one of the biggest things that kind of made me pull my own hair out last game, which was yesterday, was the fact that we were driving the ball down the field. Chase Edmonds ended up getting, 6 or 7 yards. We were looking at a 2nd down, and we literally wasted a down by running a stupid wildcat play. So Cliff Kingsbury, he's young. Yeah, I get it. The flashiness that Cliff Kingsbury brings into this Cardinal offense is, what we were sold. He's an offensive guru. He's going to, bring us into this new level of, offense that we've never seen before. But I think in the grand scheme of things is that Cliff Kingsbury needs to adjust. He needs to adjust. Point and simple. Our offense looks completely different than it did in the first part of the season. We were scoring 30 plus points every single game. And now, every time we're in the red zone, it doesn't seem like we're able to score. Is that Cliff Kingsbury? I do think that he is to blame for a good amount of it. And the good amount of it that I'm talking about is the fact that, we got to run the ball more. We got to run the ball more. There's no excuse for us to be sitting at the 3-yard line, first and goal, and no balls get given to James Conner. There's absolutely no reason for that. So I do think that he is to blame. Yes, I do. Now we're in the playoffs. This is great. This is fantastic, right? We still need to perform, though. We still need to perform in the playoffs, in my personal opinion. We need to be able to go ahead and get this situation that we're in right now. So we're in the playoffs. I know the postseason is a completely different beast. Hopefully we're able to go ahead and, do better play calls and just be able to be a better team, because we're not scoring 30 plus points anymore. But our defense showed some promise. I'm talking about some promise. Our defense showed some promise last game. Budda Baker went off, man. Budda Baker went off. Chandler Jones had a pretty good game. He had some stupid penalties that hurt us. But I think in the grand scheme of things here, I just don't want to have the stigma. I don't want to have the stigma on the Arizona Cardinals that we can't close the deal. And so far, it's looking like it. But we're in the playoffs right now, right? Completely different season when it comes down to the playoffs. Let me give a big shout out to my guy, Funny Puppy 07 with the $7 donation here. He says, I'm so happy we finally made it. I agree. I agree, man. I agree. It's been long overdue. 2015 seems like such a long time ago. And now that we're at this position right now, I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah, I was pissed off yesterday. I'm still a little pissed off as well because we didn't get the opportunity to do it ourselves, and we had to wait for another team to be able to kind of get us in this position that we're in right now. But sometimes that's just kind of how football works. So we'll take it. But I'm extremely happy as well that we finally made it. Extremely happy that we're finally made it as well. What's up, Thunder? Thunder says, gotta admit, Kyler missed several key throws. He's off. I agree. I think something might be off with Kyler as well. I'm not 100% sure as well. It might be the wide receivers. We don't, as fans, really 100% know. That's the unfortunate part when it comes down to it, because we could look at a play and we could be like, oh, dang it, Kyler, you overthrew him. I don't know. Like, who do you really blame, right? I feel like the quarterbacks do get a good amount of the blame, but we just need to perform as a team. That's just point, simple, and blank. We're in the playoffs right now. This is the perfect opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals to really come out and show a different offense without DeAndre Hopkins, because that's probably one of the biggest things right now, that our offense looks different without DeAndre Hopkins. Our offense looks different without James Conner. And I don't want to be a one and done team, but the way that we're playing these last 3 games, the offense really kind of concerns me. But like I said, we're coming in with an open mind. We're trying to be super positive, and we're trying to see if we can get over to the spot that we are in right now. And the Cardinals are in the playoffs right now. So we got to be excited there, man. We got to be excited there. We got Faceless saying Chase did good. I agree. I agree that Chase did good. 100% agree. But I think it's something to be said when we have both of them on the field. I think that when James Conner is on the field and he's sharing the backfield with Eno Benjamin, I think not Chase Edmonds. I think Conner can excel by himself with the help of either Eno Benjamin or maybe Jonathan Ward if he gets the opportunity. But I think when Chase Edmonds is the number 1 running back, he does need somebody else like James Conner to kind of help him out, to make sure that he has that good running game, if that makes sense. Because, yeah, I like Chase Edmonds. I definitely do like Chase Edmonds a lot. But to me, James Conner is the dude. James Conner is the dude to me. Let's take a look at the stats here from yesterday against the Colts game. Let's see what Chase Edmonds did. So Chase Edmonds carried the ball 16 times, 56 yards, and 1 touchdown. But he also did receive as well. He had 8 receptions and 71 yards. A lot of those, receptions came in the last part when it was just kind of garbage time. So the numbers are a little skewed when it comes down to it because for some reason we were looking at the checkdowns when it came down to it. And that's something that we got to look at through the entirety of the whole game. We can't always go for the hero ball. And I think that's something that Kyler Murray still needs to learn, that the checkdowns are okay. We can get 4 or 5 yards in first down. We can get 4 or 5 yards, trying to convert a first. We can do it. Like, it's fine. I think that's something that Kyler Murray still needs to learn, going through the motions here right now. So I like Chase Edmonds. I think he had a really good game, but I do think he's going to be able to excel when Conner is on the field with him. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. We have Priscilla says Rams help the Cards 100%. Philip, what's up, Philip? If somehow the Cards can beat the Cowboys at GRE World, that would be a big game and give the Cardinals confidence going into the final game versus the Seahawks into the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. But the thing is that we got to get it done. The time of talk is over. You know what I mean? That the time of talk is absolutely over at this point. We've been hearing, everybody talk in the press conferences. The Arizona Cardinals, we know what's in front of us. We've been hearing everything, back and forth, and I think that the time of talk is over, and we just got to win at this point. However they decide to do it, it needs to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They need to win. Now, there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made. Can the Cardinals do it? That's up to the coaching staff. We're going to have Ezekiel Elliott coming in versus the Cowboys, and then versus the Seattle Seahawks, most likely, Rashad Penny. So it's kind of everywhere right now. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens. Obviously, we have 6 games before our next game, 7 days before our next game against the Cowboys. And it did get flexed. If you guys don't know, it's no longer in the first spot. It actually got moved over to the second part. So you're going to be able to watch that at 2:00 Arizona time, which is now Mountain Time. Let's keep on reading to the comments. Jordan P, what's up, dude? He says, do you think the Cardinals selling playoff tickets before we clinch a playoff plot was a part of them folding? I know other teams did also, but we aren't used to this type of stuff. Ooh, that's a great question. That's a good question, man. It's a very good question. I would hope that that's not the case, but being that we are the Arizona Cardinals, I wouldn't be surprised. Being that we are the Arizona Cardinals, I would not be surprised at all. It sucks to say because, football is a part of big games. Like that's the thing. Football is about huge moments, especially if you want to get to the Lombardi, especially if you want to get to the playoffs. That type of stuff, that's what football is about. And to me, I hope that that's not the case where they're really worried about, the moment's too big, because then we have a problem in that locker room. Leadership, coaching, all that needs to be done within, the coaching. And the players need to hold themselves accountable as well. It's not just coaching. A millionaire shouldn't have to want to get motivated, if that makes sense. They should be able to motivate themselves. Point and simple. They should be able to motivate themselves. But sometimes, unfortunately, we're living in a world that, coaching, everybody's looking into the coaching staff. Oh, why aren't you getting them prepared? But honestly, the players have something to do with it as well. Get your leaders up together. Get your veterans up together. Because we need to get it, man. We need to get it. Right now, if the playoffs ended, if the season ended today and all of the games we've been playing, we would be playing the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not mad at that. I would rather play the Dallas Cowboys than play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No doubt. But We have 2 games left. 2 games left, and there's going to be so many different changes happening with these last 2 games. Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. And then the Rams have the Baltimore Ravens, and then they have the 49ers. So, best thing that we have going for us right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Arizona Cardinals are now officially in the playoffs. First time in 5 years. I feel like it's been forever. Feel like it's been forever here for the Arizona Cardinals to be at this moment right now, but we will absolutely take it. Absolutely take it. What's up, meme source? He says, how did they clinch? Well, short and simple, the Arizona Cardinals clinched because the Vikings lost to the Rams. Short and simple. That's it. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Caleb, what's up, Caleb? Says, to be honest, I don't think we should worry about who we play first. The playoffs only get harder as you progress. Yeah, there you go. I agree. Facts, man. Facts. 100% agree, my guy. 100% agree. Get you the golf clap. You're right. If you want to go deep into the playoffs, you're eventually going to have to play all the teams and it just gets harder and harder. You're right. 110%. Let's let the dominoes fall how they fall. But the Arizona Cardinals have the opportunity to, kind of have their own destiny here in their own hands. That we can only control with what we control, and we got 2 games. Hopefully, we can go 2-0. Let's give them a read to the comments here. David P, what's up, David? What team would you want us to play in the playoffs? Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I would rather be the 2nd seed, obviously, or a higher seeding than we are right now. But we put ourselves in the situation right now. So, I mean, kind of our fault. So we got to have to take it as it comes at this very moment. I would rather play the 7th seed, but there's no way in heck we're going to get that number 1 seed. You know what I mean? So if it's the Dallas Cowboys or the Bucks or any other people, bring it on. That's all I can say there. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those situations right there where all I can say is just bring it on. Bring it on. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you so very much. I know I see a lot of people asking to open up the phone lines. We probably won't open up the phone lines this time around. We will have a specific show where we do open up the phone lines. So make sure you have your post notification bell on, just so you're aware when we drop the next video and when we go live. So make sure you have all that stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. Let's see. Frank, what's up, Frank? Says, after 3 losses in a row, Arizona in the playoffs. Miracle on ice, 1980. I love it. USA. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Let's see. Wolf says, beating a division opponent, Bruce Arians in the playoffs would be nice. Yeah, I agree with there, man. I agree with you, Wolf. It would be crazy to see Bruce Arians, man. Be crazy to see Bruce Arians there. Let's keep on reading here. Teddy, what's up, Teddy? So it says, so what, Mike? So what, Mike? 1 and done if they can't be a full. I mean, I see what you're saying, brother. I see what you're saying, and I'm still frustrated, man. I am still frustrated. There's nothing in my mind that my mind has changed since yesterday. I'm still pissed off. If you guys didn't watch my rant on the live stream yesterday, you probably missed out on some fireworks and gold. Now, my reaction video was done after my live stream. I was still a little fired up. I was still a little pissed off, but there's some people that like to watch the condensed version compared to the whole 1 hour. So we got some, content for you to watch if you want to see Mike get pissed off and virtually flip tables. So keep in mind, virtually flip tables, not literally. I'm not about that. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely get. But I'm still mad though, man. I'm still mad. But as of right now, obviously we're happy, we're excited. The Cardinals are in a good spot. We clinched the playoffs the first time in since 2015, and hey, we gotta celebrate. Let's keep on reading here. Ranger, the Patriot says, "Are you going to see that Kurt Warner? I actually do want to see that movie. I'm not sure if I'm gonna wait till. It might be a possibility where I might wait till, what is it called, when it comes out on DVD or Redbox or something like that. But I do want to see that movie. If anybody has seen it, let me know in the comments. All right. Let's keep on reading the comments here. Philip says, I was disappointed last night. Well, me and you both, brother. Me and you both. All right. George up here. I see George says, I finally know how the Rams feel last year when they lost to the Jets. Oh, brother. Yeah, man. I agree, dude. I agree. It's definitely not a good feeling at all. Supreme Ghost says, I hope we go 12-5. Hope so too. Let me know. All right, here's the question for you guys. I know you guys are asking a lot of questions. Let me know. This is the question for you guys. So hopefully we get 108 responses or 111 responses here. Let me know how the Cardinals are going to win or what's the record going to be. So here's our options. We can either go 10-7. We can either go 11-6, or we can either go 12-5. What do you say this Arizona Cardinal team is going to do throughout the rest of the season? 2 games left, Cowboys and the Seahawks. What do you think this Arizona Cardinal team is going to do the rest of the season? We got my guy Oil saying 5-20. All right, we'll take your response. Love it. We got my guy Supreme Goat says 12-5. Very optimistic. Okay. Marcus says 12-5 too. Cool. Joe, we got 10-7. All right. Is it Meow, right? Meow 11-6. All right, cool. Wolf says 10-7. Optic says 10-7. Seth says 12-5. Caleb 11-6. Richard, what's up? It says 12-5 with the trophy next to it. Love it. Viper says 11-6. RT Wiffle Ball 12-5. We have Jovi says, I love my team, but 10-7 seems right. Yeah, man. I know it's up in the air right now. It's up in the air right now. Teddy says, sorry, Mike, I'm pissed. How can a team blow it? Teddy, you're not alone, brother. You're not alone, man. I'm right there with you. And I see your comments as well. A lot of times I don't respond to the comments. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of comments on my video. The faster my videos grow. So I appreciate everybody for rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching everything. Appreciate it. But I have stopped responding to a lot of comments because we are getting a lot more comments. The best way to kind of, converse and talk is coming onto a live stream like this one. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. It definitely does mean the world to me that you guys spend some time on a Sunday while there's football to watch for you guys to come through. So I appreciate it. But I'm right there with you, man. A lot of stuff that you say in your comments, you're speaking the exact same. We're on the same wavelength. That's all I got to say. We're in the exact same wavelength. Exact same wavelength, man. I'm still pretty pissed off as well, but I do think, that being that the Cardinals are where we are right now, we can celebrate. We can celebrate. Reese, what's up, Reese? LA Ram says, great. Dad McVay gave Cliff Jr. a playoff spot, bro. Oh, brother, come on, man. Let us celebrate. Let us celebrate. Says Meow says sucks. They clinched it this way. I agree, man. I agree. All right. Jordan P says beating Seattle would be huge. It's most likely Russell Wilson's last game in Seattle. I agree, man. It's a lot of up in the air right now when it comes down to the Seattle. Seattle, is Russell Wilson coming back? Is Russell Wilson not coming back? Is Pete Carroll retiring? We're going to see a lot of different looks when it comes down to this team, man. It's going to be super crazy. This whole NFC West, it's going to be absolutely nuts, man. So nuts. All right, let's see. Let's keep reading into the comments here. No cringe. Charles says Cardinals will go 12-5 if they start Colt McCoy for the rest of the season. They are 2-1 with him. Meanwhile, if they start Kyler Murray, they will go 11-6. He shows he's not good without DeAndre Hopkins. Dang. I mean, the only person that's going to be able to stop that, that stigma around Kyler is Kyler, right? I mean, that's really the only person that's going to be able to stop it. But let's do this. We will be having another moment where we will be opening up the phone lines here, ladies and gentlemen. I promise we will be opening up the phone lines here so we can hear what the Red Sea has to say. But as of right now, I thought it was very important for the Arizona Cardinals to come through and celebrate here with the Red Sea and talk a little back and forth about what we have accomplished. And as of right now, we're in the playoffs. We're sitting in the 5th seed as of right now. And a lot of different things can move within these last 2 games. Can we take over the West? Can we not? It's all up in the air right now, ladies and gentlemen. But as always, I appreciate everybody for rocking with the AZ Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming through. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you have your post notification bell on as well, just so you're aware of when we go live or when we drop another video. Appreciate everybody for watching, guys. Thank you so very much, and I'm out.